welcome to the ASEAN-UK YLI podcast. My name is Silida and I will be your moderator along with our guest, Silida, a Cambodian youth representative who attended the 2024 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP29. And in today's episode, we will discuss on one of the most pressing global challenges of our time, which is the climate change. And we will talk through the lens of youth leadership and international action, focusing on the inspiring journey of our guests. So without further ado, let's welcome Silida.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for that brief introduction. So basically, my name is Silida, and was the youth representative COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, which we focus more on the climate contribution and climate finance.
Thank you so much, Silida, and it is such a pleasure to have you here. So to kickstart, can you share us your personal journey leading up to becoming a youth delegate at COP29 and what inspired you to take on this significant role?
So thank you so much, Lisa, for the question. So before joining the COP29, there's a lot of things that you need to take a look at. So yeah, talking about my journey in the COP29, I would say that it was very informative, educative. So as you know that the COP29 is the biggest conference talking about the climate change, which gather a lot of the leaders from different countries, even from the developed and developing country to join together and share the perspective on the climate actions and also the commitment. So this is really a good opportunity where I am educated on the different topic, different agendas that the states and also the leaders put into the sessions or put into the table to discuss what are the actions and also the policies recommendation toward those actions. There were a lot of sessions on different topics that if it is fit or it is aligned with your passion, so that you need to learn about, you can join it. So a lot of sessions talking about the youth. Even also one session that I was interested in the most is about the youth leading sessions that combine the statement of the youth from different countries and share with leaders and also the what are the perspective, what should we do to promote the youth participation, and also the what are the policy recommendations produced by the youth from the ASEAN, from the Middle East, from the Latin America, from the African, toward the climate action and also towards the COP29 presidency, and take a look at this youth statement.
So that's such an incredible story, and your journey is really inspiring. So let's dive into the heart of the conference itself. So can you give us an overview of the discussion that took place and what are the key themes and priorities that were emerged during the conference?
COP29 was all about the climate finance, because like back in the COP28 they were talking about the transitions, reducing the fossil fuel and stuff like that. But in this year COP29, the overall discussion and also the issues of the state is focused on the climate finance. So the concept of climate finance here, meaning that how the state could invest to help the countries, the children, the peoples who are affected, who was the more vulnerable to the climate disaster, in terms of the flooding, in terms of the rising in the temperature, heat wave. And the main themes in talking about the COP29, as I observe, is all about the climate finance. So basically, there also one quote I can quote from the Antonio Guterres, the U.S. Secretary General. He stated that climate finance is not the charity, it is the investment. So this topic is very important for the state who are the member of the COP29 to participate, to invest, to help, to access, because like climate finance is a channel for the countries for helping people who are needed, who need the indispensable support from the countries, specifically from the developed countries who are having a lot of like resources in terms of technical support and financial support for the countries who are developing and also as the most affected by the climate change.
So since you mentioned that the climate finance are the a core of the discussion, and it is require commitment specifically from the leaders to actually committed to solving this collective issue. So the next question is I would like you to discuss a bit about the world leaders' commitment toward 2025 and further, especially to the, let's just say, a major power that can be contributing to this investment.
Basically, so I think like when we come across the climate finance, it's about the investment, it's about our money. So the commitment of the states, like they try to demonstrate the importance of the how the actors like the superpowers, specifically the developed countries like the US and China and other countries, could help or invest in the in helping those countries who are the most affected. But also there is also ongoing discussions regarding the climate finance because like most other countries are not willing enough to invest or contribute in this terms of the climate finance. One thing that I can notice, and also I would say that from my perspective, after youth delegate joining the COP29, is about the shared interest. Basically, so climate, if you invest in climate finance, you didn't receive something in return. So the state, meaning that the state need to spend the money helping those people, helping those countries, those and that countries, but they do not see like the important in return from this investment. So this is one thing that could somehow create a barrier for the countries and also pull back the commitment of the leaders towards the climate finance. And one more importantly, I would like to stress is that there is a lot of concern on the climate finance allocate to the helping the children. So only 2.4% of the climate finance totally contributed to the helping the children who are affected by the climate change, who are affected by the flooding, who are affected by the heat wave and stuff like that. So this give a concern to the stakeholders and also the analyzers from the Western countries, from the UNICEF, give a concern over because like this amount of money, this amount of the climate contribution is limited when it talks about the humanities needed in terms affected by the climate change. So this is another things or and also which affect the commitment for the state and because like in short somehow we see that the climate finance is good, but the commitment of the state who are willing to share, to contribute, to help or push the climate finance is still limited in the comparison to the disadvantages, the catastrophe that they make toward the climate change.
Thank you so much, Lida, for your insight. And I totally agree that financial commitment is actually a really let me say like biggest issue to the commitment for sustainability or dealing with environmental issue, especially for the least developing country, as we all agree that environment and economy is always a debatable topic on which one to be prioritized. So despite all the challenges and the commitments from the leaders, so can you share us your visions for the climate resilient and sustainable futures for our country, Cambodia, and for the world?
Okay, thank you so much for the very interesting question again, talking about the role of me myself have the use in promoting the climate resilient and sustainable for future for Cambodia and also the world. So basically, I am the members of the Youth Council for Climate Action. So basically, we work on the climate education, climate advocacy. So I think that toward the climate resilient for Cambodian is that it's not only focused about the rule of the youth themselves, but also talking about the linkage between the actors within the countries, the UNICEF, the UNDPs, the other stakeholders, the UN agencies who are working on the climate action, the entrepreneurships, the youth-led organizations that are really that their commitment and also passion toward the climate change. So the climate resilience would be seen if those people come together, share the perspective on the actions that as the Cambodian in the least developing country could do to further develop the policies that could meet the actuals or the current status of the climate issue. So basically, we noticed that a lot of the like the Ministry of Environment and also the government has also released a lot of policies toward the climate change, support the youth-led organization, like the local conference on youth, which was implemented last year, 2024. And also this is the like showing the commitment, showing the actions, the resilience of the actors in promoting the climate education in helping Cambodia mitigate the climate issues in Cambodia that uh, somehow could reflect that um, actor alone could not tackle the climate issues, but together we can bring all of fresh ideas could somehow lead to the resilience of the society to mitigate the impact of the climate actions. So not only that, I would stress about the since um, uh, I am the representative of a lot of youth in the COP29. I would say that youth could also play a role, and also their contribution could uh, be seen as the most important and driving force for the future climate policy. Because like you know, youth in different provinces they face a lot of like challenges in terms of the climate finance. So as I mentioned, I am the climate educator. I've been to Kampot, I've been to different provinces in Cambodia, educated the youth on the climate change. So their education, their knowledge on the climate um, finance of climate change is limited. So I think as the youth who has a lot of the opportunity to share, who has a lot of like knowledge on the climate issues, that would be good for us to share and help those youth people to engage in the climate education, to share the perspective, and also speak on behalf of them in the occasions of the international event where the voice could be seen, where the actions could be demonstrated on the table on the screen, and see how far they can go in promoting and working with the government toward the climate resilience. So as the global perspective used, it is good for us to create a networking room because like when you join a lot of the conference, so COP29 is not it's the very biggest event that I join, and also I network with a lot of people, and also we are willing to share and also contribute to have the youth and also the young people in Cambodia to be more act in terms of the in a sustainable way and helping the promoting the green future in Cambodia.
Leslie, can you share us a bit more on the key takeaway and recommendation that you think regarding the conference theme itself, or what should have done better, and what do you think that the conference or the theme itself address this issue?
I think the main key takeaway for um, this conference is that there is a space for the states to contribute and help each other. I think next year COP will be in Brazil, so I would love to see more states reduce the tension between one another, and also willingness to contribute their resources, their technical support, their operations, helping the children, helping the youth, helping the people, in short, helping the human that are affected or that are live areas that are affected by the climate change, climate crisis.
So before our discussion come to an end, can we have a short message from Lida to share to our youth to inspire them to participate in the foreign conference like you did?
I think it is a time for the young people like us to take a look at and put more concern on the climate crisis, because it is not affecting one country, one person, but also it affects our families, our societies, our peoples. our world, our planet. So would love to see the youth to participate more in the climate change, just like me. And also, the very last thing is that small steps make big impact to our society. No matter how you did, even if it's just like among the 2 or 3 people at the end of the day, it will create further macro impact for the society. So this is I would love to see you keep this faith in mind and keep that big steps always need a small step. So no matter how small you are, no matter how small you are doing right now, it's gonna create further macro impact for our society.
Thank you so much once again, Silida, for sharing your journey, insights, and your visions with us today. And it is truly inspiring to see young leaders like you stepping up and making difference on the global stage. And your experience at the COP29 will remind us all of the power of youth to drive a meaningful change and the importance of investing in a sustainable and livable planet for everyone. And to our listeners, we hope you found this episode as inspiring and as insightful as we did. Thank you so much.